are you studying?
Computer science, but I'm like not good at math, so I'm like 2 years behind. Getting robbed in my early 20s because of my own stupidity. I don't believe in the sexist stereotypes about math, but I feel like I got stupider past couple years. Do hormones make people stupider? I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting stupider naturally, but I'm not good at math. I can't do numbers.
Do you go to Jupiter at any point? Because that could
I may have gone to Jupiter.
I just know I'm Jupiter now because I have more self-awareness. When I had testosterone in my body, I was just much less self-aware.
Guys don't need to be self-aware. That's
exactly. There's no cultural need.
There's like a secret language with women of like, this is this, this is that. Secret little signals and cues. Guys don't even know what's going on.
Being a man is like being blind and deaf and dumb.
Right.
And lobotomized.
Right.
And also like a baby.
But they also get to kill people. Men get to kill people.
I don't get to kill people. Why don't I get a gun?
Because of the terse, I'm like less feministy than I used to be. I do like strong men.
I like a big guy,
Yeah.
of course. Unfortunately, a lot of those men are deeply evil.
I know personally of some people in ACP work for Belarus.
There's a lot of Russian money in US and UK politics. Reform UK, the leader in Wales.
I actually have a question for you about reform. Of the candidates, very strange to me. The one least hesitant to total tranny genocide is the reform guy.
What's crazy is that their platform is tranny genocide, but because they're not couching it in political language like a lot of the liberal parties do, like, we have to respect the Supreme Court guidance and biological sex is this. We want to respect everyone's dignity whilst actually fucking everyone over. Because he's like, no, I hate trannies, we shouldn't have to see them. And then when someone's like, we're gonna let a trans woman with a pussy into a men's prison, he's like, maybe that's a bad idea. But it's because only he's gonna answer that fucking question. Keir Starmer went left, center right. I'm just not gonna engage with that.
We're just discussion for them. Transgender topic.
Yeah, you know, like Najee Farage is against HRT, self-ID, but he understands that V-coding exists. The bare minimum.
If you look at the center right and the far right of who's pushing the most anti-trans propaganda, it's not Nick Fuentes, it's the Daily Wire. Like, huh?
There's a big centrist swing in transphobia right now. The Democrats lost the election because they were too favorable to trans people, without taking into account that 50% of Trump's campaign ads in November mentioned trans people. They're happy to sacrifice us on the altar.
I feel like you're selling your soul doing corporate stuff.
Well, I felt like that. Now I'm unemployed, I feel poor and broke.
Do you have prospects?
We'll see. I like that painting.
The Virgin Mary, transgenderism. Here we have Dewey Defeats Truman, Jesus, given to me by my grandpa, the green stuff there, water damage. I'm like a super anxious person.
You're chilling. Welcome to Emotional Labor. This is a show where we do the discourse so you didn't have to. I'm joined today by Marcy Rankin, first transgender woman to be arrested and charged under Florida's bathroom ban.
I was the first person arrested under the trans bathroom bill law. I like to write on my typewriter. I like make fun Instagram reels and TikToks.
How was solitary? Because when I was in jail, I never got that experience. I was just sharing a room with 4 guys, most of whom were mentally ill. There's a distraction.
I don't know if I even talked about it. I was completely isolated, alone in the cell. The only thing that kept me sane was writing on the wall. You know, it was like cliche. People would write the craziest things. God bless this home.
It's giving live, laugh, love.
People wrote from Star Wars, like the lava fight. It was honestly lonely. It's so hard to be without people. I didn't realize it until I was sitting in there looking out the window to see what like the guards were like doing. It's like a panopticon.
No visible daylight.
There's like a window, but it's so blurred you can't see anything through it.
Did the state set up your case for dismissal and charge you with misdemeanor trespassing as opposed to violating the actual law in question to avoid the bad publicity?
Yeah, I did that because they knew that I was a really good test case. So I literally wrote to everyone who sponsored the bill or voted for the bill. Everyone in the entire House and Senate of Florida. Hey, your law is stupid. I'm gonna break.
So much work, God. That's like 300 plus people.
400 letters. It was like really exhausting. And I was like mailing them. The gravity of it occurred to me and I was cried a little bit because I knew this was gonna change my life forever in certain ways. And I didn't know. Kind of had an inkling, but there's also like this part of me that's like nothing ever happens. Things happened.
Elaborate on what you mean by yourself being a good test case.
There's a lot of labels they put on trans people on the right. I don't know if I fit that because I'm not really a pervert obsessed with women. I'm a virgin who likes men. I'm not this God-hating, man-hating radical. I'm just like a normal person. I just want to have rights, honey. I'm like a Catholic. Your articles actually said I was a conservative, which was false. The reporters like pressed me. They said I was a moderate, which was intentional. They're like, so are you a moderate Democrat or a moderate Republican? I was thinking this is the first impression people are gonna get. I lied to them, like moderate Republican, because I wanted them to be like, when they read the articles, which kind of works.
I understand that you're a test case because you're Christian, you're not sexually promiscuous or after cisgender women. You're also white. That helps in terms of media perception, sympathy.
I've also lost a lot of weight. There's this TERF, Mary Kate Delvey, who locked my weight. My weight was on my arrest report. I have lost over 20 pounds since then.
But that's good news because unfortunately the beauty industry is more fat phobic than it's ever been because we're in a recession. I also got called a fat bitch the other day. Fat bitch where? I had childhood anorexia for you to call me a fat bitch. Really?
I would make myself throw up in high school.
Transgender people are all autistic. Really, all trans people have eating disorders and are autistic.
There is like comorbidity, transgenderism being not a choice, would link to a lot of fetal development outcomes like autism. I don't think those are accidents.
We are probably never going to understand the true causes of transsexuality in the same way that we'll never understand the true causes of homosexuality, just because of the amount of different factors involved. When you look at studies on fetal development and brains before HRT, I think there's clear emerging evidence for some sort of biological basis. This correlates with people's experience when they're really young, not always, but sometimes. We'll just have to wait and see, but it's never going to convince anyone who is transphobic that kind of biological basis, because I'll just be like, well, that just means there's some bad ones got to get rid of.
If we move the ball, we get them to say, oh, not all trans people are evil, they're just some bad trans people. That is a move in the right direction from where we are now, because right now we're so cooked on.
We're so cooked, but it's a game of acquiescing to the right wing. We can't even give an inch because of how bad things have gotten.
Yeah, that's actually so true.
Obviously, you were aware of the risks of coding. As someone who's experienced assault in a male prison, how do you find the resolve to engage in civil disobedience like this? Are you influenced by Jesuit priests in Latin America?
I'm definitely influenced by Catholic liberation theology. I used to be a reactionary. I used to be anti-Jesuit, but now I'm pro-Jesuit. A lot of people think I wasn't scared. I get DMs like saying I'm a hero. I don't understand that. I don't really think I have a lot of good moral character. What happened was really chaotic in my mind. I was impulsive, pissed off, I'm going to do this. And then I legit was bawling as I was being put into my cell. Nervous, laughing, like, and I was crying, bawling in my cell, which I don't think is normal. Like, if you look at my mugshot, most people's mugshots, people aren't like bawling, crying. It all sort of hit me at once.
So literally a minor.
Couldn't even drink.
Hunter Schafer motivated you in this action? Who else is serving so much cunt that are spurring radical political action?
Vivian Musk is a good example. She's really nice, gets so many texts and DMs, so I don't want to cloud her up like that because I get annoyed by that shit too. I just like normal trans people being normal and chill. Hot take, I don't Blair White's politics, but I do think Blair White does exist as sort of like a permission structure for certain right-wingers to like trans people. She posts vapid trash.
My contention is that ultimately right-wingers always fuck with trans people. They always fuck with the good trannies. They've always been fucking the dolls. In secret, clocky dolls. For ages, there's always this mental space in the mind of Alex Jones for someone like Blair White, who is like passing and gorgeous, but who is also willing to compromise everyone else as a political means to an end, being like, well, there are some good trannies, doesn't do anything for anyone other than just move the needle more in the wrong direction.
I don't know. There's that meme, communist girlfriend, fascist boyfriend.
The gender political ideology gap is highest.
But that is kind of romantic though. LARPing is extremist online.
Problematic age gap, problematic ideology gap. That's next up.
He likes Stalin, she likes Himmler.
Oh my god, authoritarian x authoritarian, I see. How do you reconcile being trans and Catholic? And is it harder than reconciling being American and Catholic?
Americanism as a philosophy, I would call it American excessivism, not exceptionalism. Our society is built on greed. It's not a very Christian society. It has all the trappings of being Christian, but it's not at all. I think it's a very superficial, big gulpy soda, money, money, money. Cutting taxes. Obviously, I want the economy to be good, but I don't think the American people, their number one priority in their life, maybe on the surface it's money, but I think people are lonely. That's what people want out of their politicians. I'm American by blood, legal citizenship, fifth generation Chicago, and I don't really consider myself very culturally American.
You fuck with Cortisa.
But I don't really know much about the situation.
I love her music.
I don't know who that is.
Cortisa Star.
Oh, Court is a Star?
In my thick British accent and not communicating it effectively.
I'm gonna say Court is a Star. I like Court is a Star in the neighborhood.
Hey, you said you're not a conservative and you take more from American Catholic activists like Dorothy Day.
I love her. I have a lot of concern about the morality of being transgender. I don't want to confuse people on what the church's teaching is. Eventually, this is going to be seen by the church as a medical issue because it is immutable. There's not a lot of explicit prohibitions of transgenderism in the Bible. The gates of hell shall not reign supreme against the church, and the church will win at the end of the day. Trust the magisterium to make the right decisions. This is still a very new issue in the eyes of the Catholic Church when compared with homosexuality.
With the eunuchs Jesus was hanging out with, he fucked with the dolls. I know it.
Yeah. At Marcy Rank on all social media platforms. When we're starting a podcast soon, just here, but it's gonna be all different. First guest is gonna be the mushroom man, this local who has a sign saying "Do mushrooms fuck the government." He's
Right.
great, but it's gonna be shock. I might do it in VR even.
Emotional labor.
Yes.
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 Emotional labor.
Yes. I saw my video. But yes.
Emotional labor.
Yes.
Emotional labor.
Emotional reform.
Yeah. Labor is bad enough. Fuck. Emotional
Yeah.
labor.
Emotional conservative. Emotional DSA.
Okay, well, I'll take that.